Stongo, everybody. This is Wingland Ken. I'm about to head down to Tallassee, Alabama to see the documentary The Search for Thlopthlocco, the original tribal town location for the Thlopthlocco tribe. And this is being a documentary is produced by the Thlopthlocco tribal town of Oklahoma. So I'm going to be filming a little bit on the way and maybe a couple of points of interest, and just wanted to include everybody, so hop along, enjoy the ride, and I appreciate you for watching. More to come. This is the little town of Eclectic, Alabama, and the history behind the founding of this town, there was a Dr. Fielder, I believe, and in the back in the late 1800s, he founded the town, and it was named for eclectic medicine. And eclectic medicine, that involved physical therapy and herbal treatments. And there you have the historical marker for eclectic, founded in 1879. Another little side note about the town of Eclectic, as far as Native American history, the founder, who was Dr. Fielder, he purchased 122 acres back in 1877, and these 122 acres were from the former Creek town site of Dumgahatchee. And Dumgahatchee, I'm not 100% sure of the meaning, but I know Dumgata means to fly. So it could be flying waters, flying creek, something of that nature. Hatchie, of course, means creek. So you see a lot of towns and also creeks that the last part of the names are Hatchie, and that simply is the Muskogee name for creek. Local lore says that the town of Eclectic, which at that time would have not been Eclectic, it would have been still part of Dumgahatchee, but they said that there was a meteor shower in November of 1833, and that those meteors or stars actually fell there in Eclectic. So that's part of the local lore. Here in Tallassee, Alabama, there's a historical marker here. The Great Stone placed for the Great Council Tree marks the site of Tuckabachie, 1686 to 1836. It was the capital of the Upper Creek Indian Nation here. And here was born Ifahajo, great middle chief of both the Yohola Creek leaders, big warrior, resided nearby. Here came Tecumseh in 1811 to arouse the natives against the white settlers, and was successfully opposed by Colonel Benjamin Hawkins, principal agent for Indian affairs south of the Ohio River. Here in 1823, Lee Compere established a Baptist mission school. Just like to note that this is not the location of the town site of Tuckabachie. That is a few miles south of here, but this is a memorial marker placed. This here in Tallassee is a marker erected in honor of Osceola. Osceola, most people know as a great Seminole warrior who led the Seminole in resistance during the Seminole Wars. However, he was actually born not far from here in the village of Tallassee in 1804, and he was Muskogee before he went to Florida and joined with the Seminoles. Now he died of malaria January 30th of 1838. Now his English name was Billy Powell. The ironic thing about that is that he had a cousin named Margaret Powell, and Margaret was the wife of one of my ancestors, David Manack. David Manack was the first Native American to graduate from the West Point Military Academy. And David ended up going with a group of Muskogees down into Florida to fight against the Seminoles during the resistance. Again, this is not the exact location of his birthplace, but it's not too far south of here. There's really nothing else there at the exact location. However, the marker was placed here for his honor. It's time to get a little something to eat, so we stopped by here at the Tallassee Grill. We are right down the street from the theater. Had a great time tonight in Tallassee. The film was extraordinary. They did a great job on the documentary Searching for Thlopthlocco. And there were tribal leaders from Thlopthlocco town in Oklahoma that were there. And they had a question and answer session after the documentary, and answered a lot of questions. And also I got to see several people there that I know, and a couple of folks from Oklahoma that I know as well. And it was just a great time. I was very impressed with the turnout. The theater was packed, and I would just guess probably about 200 folks there. Not knowing the capacity of the auditorium, but it was very crowded, and it was a huge turnout. And they are working on already part 2, a second documentary. And the second documentary is going to focus on Jim Boy, which was known as Tallassee Mothla. And Jim Boy was a leader there at the Thlopthlocco town in Alabama. He originally was from a Tallassee town, and also I have direct ancestors who lived at Tallassee. That was Richard Bailey and his wife Mary of the Wing clan, and they are my direct ancestors. And hopefully I can do a separate film or video about that, and as they played a very important role throughout the history during the time of removal and also after removal. So there's some interesting, very interesting and significant facts there about their family and some of my direct ancestors. But this second documentary, as I said, is going to be focusing on Tallassee Mothla, or Jim Boy as he is known. And I would imagine that that's also going to be really great. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Now, I will put in the comments, I'll put a link to the YouTube channel for Thlopthlocco Tribal Town in Oklahoma. And I would imagine that they probably will be uploading this documentary there on the channel probably in the near future. But aside from that, there's also some great videos that they have there on their channel. Some interviews with a lot of the elders from their tribe, and telling stories and some of their traditions that have been passed down. And they're very interesting as well. So I just want to thank you again for watching this, and there will be more to come. And I was able to meet or see some friends tonight that I haven't seen in quite a while. So I was very excited, and some of them were actually involved in helping to make this documentary. So I was very happy to see them, and give a big shout out to Brother Charlie Chambers. It was great to see you. I hope you get to watch this. I think you will. And it was just a great time tonight, and we really enjoyed it. And I will talk with you all again soon, and I hope you enjoyed this little video. And don't forget to like and to subscribe to the channel, and share this with your friends and other people who may be interested. And may God bless you all. I send out all my love to you, and see you again soon.